Come with me shopping at 7-Eleven, one of my favorite convenience stores in Japan. If you didn't know, convenience stores are really popular in Japan. They're like in every corner, and I love getting these vitamins just to keep me feeling energized and healthy during my trip. They have really delicious sandwiches. I love their egg sandwiches. It's one of my favorites. And in the beginning of my trip, I was eating so much onigiri, but now I'm a little bit tired of them. But still, I love rice, seaweed, and fish, my favorite. And they have these cups filled with fruits, and you can actually make your own smoothie with them. So I'm gonna make a blueberry smoothie. And they have really good desserts, so I want to try this matcha pudding. I love matcha, absolutely obsessed with it. And they also have their own section of baked goods, and this one looked really delicious. I believe it is a custard bread. And they also sell hot foods like chicken, curry pan bread, and fried potatoes. And then in this section they have donuts and more curry pan, and oh, so good. Alright, this is my favorite part, and I don't think they have this in America, but basically you grab the fruit cup and you put it into the little smoothie machine, and then it blends it for you, and it shows this cute little graphic of a little bunny dancing. But yeah, I think that's so awesome and healthy, especially for the mornings when you're on the go. And there you have it. I have my blueberry smoothie. I believe there's bananas in there too. Alright guys, welcome to my small little Japanese hotel, the Up Hotel. And these are all the things that I got at 7-Eleven. And mind you, I have been going to 7-Elevens every single day for the past like 2.5 weeks. So I've been tasting a lot of different foods in 7-Eleven, but here's what I got today. And again, they have such cool food at 7-Eleven. I wish that they had this back in the US, but nothing compares. So the first thing I got was, of course, an onigiri. And I only got one today because we actually had a lot of sushi today. So I kind of already got my whole, like, you know, rice and seaweed and fish fixins for today. But I love myself an onigiri. Then I got an egg salad sandwich. Super good. One of my favorites. I also am sharing a Katsu sandwich with my husband, but this is my half. Absolutely delicious. Oh yes, of course, guys. We cannot forget the smoothie that I made at 7-Eleven. It was only, how much was this? I don't even know how much this was, but a fraction of a Jamba Juice smoothie, and it's just as good. It's so cool that you can even just make it at the 7-Eleven. So good. I got the blueberry smoothie. I forgot what else is in it, but blueberries, other different kinds of fruits. So good. Okay, now on for the desserts. I got a parfait with matcha pudding, strawberry sauce, and matcha mousse. I had this before. It's one of my favorites. I'm obsessed with matcha now. I love matcha everything. It's so good. Actually, I got this the other night, but this is a mochi, and it has like strawberries inside and whipped cream and a cake. So this is another thing that I might eat today, or maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. I'm not sure, but mochi is like my top favorite dessert of all time. I got this melon milk drink too. Melon milk is so good, and it has like real melons in it, and it has jelly too, which is delicious. Then I got this custard bread, and it has like a very interesting texture to it. It's like it's like white bread. It's very soft, very fluffy, and then you can taste the custard inside, and it's so good. It's like one of my favorites to eat in the morning, especially when I take medicine in the morning. I want to have something in my stomach, so I'm gonna save this for my little breakfast tomorrow. But the rest of the stuff that I got was vitamins. This has iron, calcium, zinc, copper, and magnesium. Always gotta stay healthy in Japan. And then I got some vitamin C so that I do not get sick for the last like 2.5 weeks on this trip. So pretty much that is what I got at 7-Eleven. Now let's try everything. But I will say everything is delicious. So I actually have another video about 7-Eleven from my trip last year, and that was my first time eating 7-Eleven in Japan, let alone Asia. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, like, it's up here. And to open an onigiri, you have to first pull the top down like this, like so. And then it says, there's a second part right over here where it says pull number 2 right over here. So then I pull this part, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pull the last section out. And then it gives you a perfect little onigiri. And this one is mayonnaise and tuna. I love an onigiri. It's like my absolute favorite. Like, I mean, sushi is my favorite food in the whole entire world. But when you mix seaweed, rice, fish, it is the best combination. This rice is so like sticky, so fluffy. The fish tastes fresh. Nothing that I eat at 7-Eleven screams fast food to me. Like, food is so good. And I wouldn't recommend eating 7-Eleven like every day for dinner, but every once in a while it's fine. And I know that a lot of people in 7-Eleven or in Japan go to 7-Eleven for breakfast. It's a very strict work culture here, so everyone goes there for breakfast, and they get their onigiris, they pick up their lunch there, they have their little coffee and tea before they head into the office. Convenience stores are a big part of the culture in Japan. You'll see a 7-Eleven, you'll see a Family Mart, and you'll see a Lawson's like in every single block, because the main form of transportation is taking the metro or subway. And pretty much as people go to work on the train, they go to the nearest convenience store and get whatever they have to get before work. So it's pretty cool. I love it. All right, now we're gonna have the Katsu sandwich, and I love Katsu. We've been having Katsu like almost, not every day, but we have it a lot here in Japan. It's one of my favorite foods. Very juicy meat. The flavor, it's very flavorful. I taste the teriyaki sauce. I say if you want something more hearty, this would be your best bet for like a sandwich. They also have like more Western sandwiches, like with ham and cheese and lettuce and all that, but that's not my go-to sandwich. So this is definitely something you have to try when you're here in Japan. All right, now for the egg sandwich. I don't know what I like better, the egg sandwich or the Katsu sandwich. They're both my favorite. And I'll have to do a video on comparing all the convenience stores, because some are better for certain things. And yeah, you know what, I will have to say, I think I like Family Mart's egg sandwich the best, honestly. But 7-Eleven, I think by far has the best food and the flavor. But I don't know, I'll have to do a video on that, and I think it'll be really interesting to compare everything. This is great for all the vegetarians out there that can't eat meat. You'll really enjoy this. It's also just the bread that they use. It's like so fluffy, it's so soft. It's obviously just white bread, but something about Asian bread, like even when I go to Paris Baguette, when I go to 86 Degree Bakery, they have this like fluffy bread, like milk bread or something. It's like different from like white bread that you buy at a normal grocery store in the US. It's chewy, it's fluffy. I will say, I think I like the egg sandwich more than the katsu because I just love eggs in general. More so hard-boiled eggs, soft-boiled eggs, not really like the sunny side up or medium over medium, whatever, like on a pan. I just like eggs like in its form by itself. So good. Okay, I just realized that these two items are actually from Family Mart that we got yesterday, so I'll have to actually do a separate video on these two items. But all I'm saying is they're both really good. But I'll do a different video on Family Mart. But the next one is going to be this matcha dessert. However, they usually give you a little spoon if you have desserts in your grocery, or if you had bought a dessert, but they didn't give me a spoon, so I think I'm just gonna have to use this little thing over here. But let me show you guys how it looks. I just realized that because it's matcha, hopefully there's no caffeine and I don't stay up all night because I'm very sensitive to caffeine. But that's what it looks like. So delicious. The other day we actually went to the matcha store, the matcha experience store in Asuka, which is where we're staying. And it's really, that's like one of my favorite matchas. And I had some matcha ice cream with some warabi mochi, and that was so good. I guess I'll use this little mixer spoon as my dessert spoon, but let's see. Something about mixing strawberries and matcha, it just hits. It's just such a good combination, strawberry and matcha. Let's try them. The matcha jelly. I love jelly so much. And then lower down at this part of the dessert is like pudding. So good. Let's mix it in a little bit more. I love like these chewy textures in my mouth. That sounds really weird. But I just love like these soft textures. Like I love jelly, I love boba, I love pudding. Like I love fruit jams, like all these flavors and textures in my mouth I love. So that's why I always get like banana pudding, I get custard as desserts. It's just my favorite. Okay. This one, just know that it's really good, but I will be saving this for tomorrow. Pretty much the haul for today, guys. I think the next one I'll do is the comparison of Lawson's, Family Mart, and 7-Eleven. But we don't really get too much like instant noodle ramen, you know, like the little cup of noodles, because after you had really good ramen, nothing really compares. And plus, in the little cups, it's just not that healthy for you. It has like so many different chemicals in it. And I mean, I've had the instant ramen before, like from 7-Eleven, and it is really good, no, like not gonna lie, and I feel like it's way better than the ones in America, the ones that they sell like, you know, at the grocery store. But it's just not something that I want to eat like all the time because it has a lot of like different harmful chemicals in it, and maybe I'll eat it like once a month, but that's pretty much the extent of that. But those are also great options. In 7-Eleven, they also have like little to-go meals too, and you can warm it up in the microwave at 7-Eleven. So they have like ramen as well, like pre-made ramen. They have katsu, they have chicken, karaage, and pasta. So there's a lot of different like pre-made meals for you if you want to just take your lunch to go. So yeah, that is my 7-Eleven experience this time around. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!